Good afternoon. Hello, this is Peskov. How can you hear me? I can hear you very well. Excellent.
Итак, сегодня, 25 марта,
So
среда,
today is March
Путин
25th, Wednesday.
работает в Москве.
Putin is working in Moscow, in the
Сегодня день
Kremlin.
достаточно
Today
насыщенный,
is a rather
вообще
busy
публичными
day,
мероприятиями.
including public
Исходим
events.
из того, что в середине дня президент примет
The president
находящегося
will
за рубежем
receive the
Москвы
prime minister of the
премьер-министра
government
правительства
of the Socialist
Республики
Republic
Вьетнам
of Vietnam,
Фан Мин Тинь.
Phan Minh Tin, in the middle of the day from his
Отношения
visit to
очень теплые
Moscow.
объединяют нас
The
с Вьетнамом.
relationship of
Примет
comprehensive
премьер-министр
partnership unites
Вьетнама.
us with Vietnam.
Продуктивно
The
работал в Москве
Vietnamese prime
сегодня.
minister has been working productively in
С
Moscow
руководителем
these
наших
days.
палат парламента и секретарем Совбеза
He
и,
met with the
естественно,
heads of our
с
parliamentary chambers and the
вице-премьер-министром
secretary of the Security
очень
Council,
продуктивно.
and, of course, with
Многоплановая
his
коммуникация
vis-à-vis
с
with the president of the
председателем
government of Russia.
прорывное решение по
Very
строительству
productive,
атомной
multi-layered
электростанции
cooperation in
«Erdogan».
various areas. A breakthrough decision on the construction of a nuclear power plant in Vietnam. Therefore, today, the meeting participants will inform the head of the Russian state about all this. Also, today is the Day of the Worker of Culture. We join in congratulating all our workers of culture in such an important sphere. In this regard, today Putin will hold a ceremony in which he will award the President of Russia with a prize for young workers of culture for the 25th year, and the President of the Russian Federation in the field of culture, with a prize for works and projects for children and youth for the 25th year. It will take place in the first building of the Kremlin, in the great Ekaterinian Hall. And after this ceremony, there will be a substantive event, that is, a meeting of the Council of the President of Russia on Culture. There will be a lot of speeches, of course. There will be the introductory speech of the head of state, and then Medinsky, my colleague, will tell about how the assignments were carried out according to the previous council. Karen Shekhnazarov, General Director of Mosfilm, will speak about cinema in the school program. There will be a speech by Nikita Mikhalkov, a film director, about the support of Russian cinema. In general, the support of Russian cinema will be given primarily during the upcoming council. Vladimir Meshkov, chairman of the Union of Theater Actors of Russia, will talk about the problem of copyright. Evgeny Prilepin, a writer, will talk about literary awards. Evgeny Mironov, head of the National Theater, will also speak. Naturally, there will be some elements of discussion. Therefore, today is a very busy day in terms of content. We are preparing. What questions do you have? May I? Go ahead, please. Donald Trump said that Russia and Ukraine are approaching the agreements on the settlement of the conflict. Does the Kremlin share this opinion, given that trilateral contacts have been paused? And second, after the recent meeting of American and Ukrainian negotiators in Miami, are contacts with the Americans from Moscow planned? Are we waiting for Trump's messengers? According to the available channels, contacts with the Americans from Moscow continue. We receive information about what is happening. We welcome the continued efforts of the American side to provide the appropriate conditions for the settlement of the Ukrainian affairs. If you ask whether we are getting closer or not, I would say that every round of negotiations is a step towards finding a settlement formula, and for us, first of all, a formula for accounting for our interests. We hope that these good services of the United States will continue. We continue to remain open to negotiations. Anything else?
Еще
Thank you, Dmitry Sergeyevich.
давайте
Rye
вернемся к нашей
Novosti,
теме.
please. Rye Novosti, please. Thank you. Do you plan to contact Erdogan in the near future in connection with the continued attempts by the USSR to attack the infrastructure of the Turkish and Blue Streams? And can Ankara influence Kiev in this regard?
На
We
постоянной
constantly
основе
convey our
передаем
concerns to our
информацию
Turkish
коллегам,
colleagues in connection with the
озабоченным следом
increasing threat
с
to the
возрастающим
infrastructure of the
угрозой
gas pipelines
для
of the Turkish and Blue
инфраструктуры
Streams. We
газопроводов.
have repeatedly brought all the detailed
Мы
information to the
неоднократно
Turkish
доводили
side. We will
всю
continue to do
детальную
this.
информацию до турецкой стороны, до сведения турецкой стороны.
We are convinced that the
Продолжим эту
Turkish
деятельность.
side can use its influence on the
Путин
Kiev
убежден,
regime
что турецкая
in order to
сторона
prevent it from such
может
reckless
использовать свое
actions.
влияние на
Thank you
киевскую
very
сторону
much.
для того,
Rae
чтобы
Novosti,
уберечь его от
please.
таких безрассудных действий.
Yes, please. There is information that in the near future, a group of state Duma deputies will go to the United States to negotiate with the Americans, and Nikonov will lead the delegation. How does this idea relate to the Kremlin, and what tasks can be imposed on this delegation? Perhaps it will take part in the implementation of our tasks related to the Iranian crisis. Thank you. We welcome any forms of
Приветствуем
dialogue in any areas with the United States.
реанимации
We
диалога
believe that
в
this would
любых вопросах
correspond to the
с
interests of the
Соединенными
Russian
Штатами. Мы
Federation
считаем, что
and
это
the United
партнерство уже
States.
отвечало
We
интересам
have repeatedly offered
Российской
this to the
Федерации и
United
Соединенных Штатов.
States.
Мы неоднократно предлагали это Соединенным Штатам.
Therefore, if such contacts
Поэтому
between the
если такого рода
parliamentarians of the two countries
мероприятия
take
будут у
place,
нас
it
состояться,
can
мы
only
будем
be
их всячески
welcomed.
приветствовать. Они
They are
крайне
really necessary.
необходимы.
Thank you. Anything else? Good
Еще
evening. Yes, please. Thank you very much.
тогда давайте завершим. Давайте, пожалуйста.
There are reports that the United States allegedly handed over to Iran a peace plan project of 15 items. In particular, it appeared in the New York Times, where it is said that the United States is ready to actively support the development of the Iranian civil nuclear program and, in particular, the work on the Bushehr nuclear power plant. Did the Iranian side not convey information to Russia, given the strategic nature of the partnership between the countries, about such a document received from the Americans? And what does Russia think about the participation of the Americans in the Bushehr project? No, our Iranian friends did not convey this kind of information to us.
Нет, такого рода
This is the
информацию
first
иранские
point.
наши
The
друзья нам не
second point is that we do not know how reliable
Второе,
all these reports
мы не
are.
знаем, насколько
You remember the
достоверны
mess
эти
with the
сообщения.
plans,
Помните
with
эти
the
сложные планы,
formation of a number of points of plans around the Ukrainian settlement.
планов вокруг украинского урегулирования. Вот,
Now there are a lot
можно
of
было
parallels that can be
параллельно
drawn from such
с такими
publications.
публикациями
We do
провести.
not know
Мы
how
не знаем,
reliable
насколько
they
они
are.
достоверны,
We do not know whether they
они вообще
correspond to
соответствуют
reality at all.
действительности или нет, и
And there
также
is so much
количество
information
информации
now, a lion's share of which is
является
absolute lie, that
абсолютно
until there
непроверенным.
is any confirmation from official sources,
Пока
it is impossible
нет
to judge anything.
подтверждений из официальных источников, что-то судить невозможно.
Thank you very much. More? Let's finish. At 12 o'clock, there is a 45-minute embargo. 12:45. Thank you
Давайте
all.
завершать.
Have a good working day.
В 12 часов 45 минут эмбарго, 12:45.
Once again, we
Всем спасибо, всего
congratulate the
хорошего вам.
workers of the culture.
Еще раз поздравляем работников культуры.